being here tonight for our agenda work session. We will set the agenda for the regular council meeting of August 11th, 2016. I believe Janet is on vacation this week, so Diane is filling in for her. And Diane, if we could have the roll call, please.
Mayor Lambert.
Here.
Vice Mayor Bradley.
Here.
Councilman Cagle.
Here.
Councilman Manning.
Here.
Councilman Sewell.
Here.
City Manager Miller.
Here.
City Attorney Hall.
Okay, looks like potentially there would be no old business before us, but there are some items of new business. The first one, item A, would be ordinance number 1013, and that would be the budget ordinance, will be before us for second and final reading. Obviously, we're going to have the opportunity tonight to vote on first reading for that, so there will be plenty of opportunity both tonight and the next time to ask questions, whatever we need to do in regard to that. Item B, ordinance number 1014. This would be in regard to the organizational chart. Again, we will have that before us for first and final reading, or first reading tonight, second final reading potentially next time. Item C would be ordinance number 1015, a use on review for 4320 Bennett Road. And Kenny is going to bring us some additional information on that.
Mayor and Council, this is the cell tower that was discussed by Commissioner Boyd some time ago. There was a little bit of a delay, I believe, on how they were going to issue that funding towards the school, and y'all had some question about it. I never received word back whether that got resolved, but this is Luke Cashman. He has spoken to the representatives, and they said that was taken care of, so he wanted the companies want to move forward with their use on review.
Hello, I'm Luke Hatzerman. I'm here for Tower Ventures out of Memphis. We seek to build a cell tower on the property of East Ridge High School. We meet all the criteria of the ordinance. If you've driven around the high school with a cell phone, you know that the coverage is desperately needed over there. I believe the nearest tower is about 0.8 of a mile away. 0.8, over 3/4 of a mile away. The site, there's nothing around the tower within 300 feet. The tower will be fenced, locked, gated. We maintain it, we insure it for millions of dollars. Very little problems with these sites overall. And most people are nowadays, I think nationally it's 48.7% of the population is wired up. The home phone is gone for good. And every year it gets more and more. And when they first started the statistics in 2006, it was 9.6%. And we find ourselves 10 years later, we're at 48.7%. And then as a younger demographic moves in, it's almost 100% under 35 years old. So there's definitely a need. The need gets bigger every year. And the citizens of East Ridge will benefit from this tower because of the 911 benefits that the tower brings to the fire and police. So it's a win-win. The school will benefit, the county schools will benefit, and it'll be, again, it'll be secure. There shouldn't be any problems. And, we're hoping you approve our request.
May I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Oh, one question I have on it. Will that interfere with these streets with their computer system and stuff?
No, sir. Every frequency is licensed by the FCC, so any frequencies that they are using are independent of the frequencies that are running off that cell tower.
Thanks, sir.
Sure.
Do you have anything else? All right, Mr. Asher. appreciate that very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, item D, be an unnumbered resolution. This would be to apply and accept a Walmart Foundation grant for the fire department. Item E, similarly, would be for the police department. I imagine those would be in the form of a consent agenda for grants.
Yes, sir.
Item F, discussion of hours of operation for construction projects. I know Kenny is compiling information, has already compiled some information. And it appears that for the next time, the opportunity will be there for council to, A, discuss the issue, and B, potentially take action.
That's correct. I've provided some information that should be in your packet, and I'd like you all to take that back and look at it. It appears that most municipalities around us have nearly the exact same ordinance. Not a whole lot of changes, not a whole lot of variations. Most of the variations in there are who's the authority to grant construction time of different hours. Essentially, that's it. No mention of holidays or anything else.
All right. Thank you, sir.
So we're gonna be voting on the chapter 3 of the fences and the way this is wrote up. Building operations, hours.
See, we potentially would have the opportunity to make changes, but, I mean, the option is there for council to do nothing and just discuss it and virtually take no action. So, it's really just whatever council decides would be the proper way forward.
I think the decision is going to probably be between leave it as is or do something with hours of construction over the weekend and on holidays. Those are the other two alternatives that we.
All right. Item G would be discussion of ordinance 957, the record towing services ordinance, which was tabled back in September of 2013.
Yeah, the information you have in front of you, the first ordinance was the ordinance that was tabled, when it has no ordinance number on it whatsoever. Then, second packet of information is from the minutes, as the mayor said, of the September 19th meeting, where it was tabled. And the last ordinance is what we have in effect today.
You have a question? I noticed in the minutes of these meetings here, Mr. Sewell stated something about grandfather. I'm just wondering if any of that information was ever found.
I know that it voted in, but I didn't office that time. The one that was here, big grandfather in. What happened? That's when we get voted a long time ago.
Mr. Norwood, you may be able to speak directly to that. I know, just from my recollection, apparently there were a couple of different versions of the ordinance floating around. And
Well, according to these minutes, that's the reason why it was tabled, because we were looking for that clause where it being grandfather did.
right. And I believe the copy that was in the vault here at City Hall did not have that language, is that correct?
My understanding.
Okay.
Done. And grandfather.
But the two council members who were here at the time,
Yeah, we voted on what happened to it. I think that's the reason we, grandfather was in, because we couldn't find the first ordinance on it. So about 3 years service here.
anyway, I would assume, correct me if I'm wrong, I assume this discussion that would take place at the next meeting bring some clarification to the ordinance that we would operate with.
I talked to the city manager about it, and I asked him, so I turned it over to him.
Okay. All right, well, we will have certainly opportunity to look at that and discuss.
I was gonna ask you if we could get a copy of what Danny turned in to you, for the next meeting.
We had,
Okay.
that's the first one.
All right, that's, okay.
That's
The one
the
that does
table.
not have a number.
The one that does not have a number, the one that was tabled.
Is that 957?
Yes.
Doesn't have anything.
Doesn't have any, 787 is current. The other one that you have, it's, doesn't have a number.
Let's put that in because,
Let me, Mr. Mayor, if I may,
Yes.
can I just be sure I'm understanding, it is for the purposes of bringing this ordinance back up, is it to make clear and to codify exactly what the ordinance states? Is that the purpose for bringing this back up again?
I think the way our ordinance reads today, that it jeopardizes basically one of the operators now. If they go by this, that it would limit, take away part of the business.
Okay, just to follow up, ordinance number 787, is this the one, city manager? Is that the existing ordinance?
Yes, sir.
And the one that is not numbered is the proposed changes?
This was discussed back, yes, at
Okay.
the September 19th meeting, and it was tabled.
Okay.
So we'll have
957.
2 weeks to kind of go over this.
Probably
Attorney
so.
go over it.
What about discussion of ordinance 957?
Okay, you're looking at the, yes.
Yeah.
Like I said, obviously, we will have 2 weeks to review it and opportunity at the next meeting to discuss it. I think we have a clear picture on which one is existing, which one is proposed.
Well, I will say this, the existing ordinance is a lot more detailed than the ordinance the proposed ordinance. It's substantially more detailed. I don't know if we want
I think you want to try to amend ordinance 787 and apply this in with it.
so you want to merge the two?
So some of the existing language would be replaced by the unnumbered.
I should note that a good portion of this, if you look at page 2, under definitions where it says district record, and then you look at the definition of district record in the table ordinance, you'll see a substantial amendment on the definition. One of those 3 lines, and the other one is 20. This was one of the major amendments to the existing ordinance.
What was that paragraph, section number again?
It would be of the existing ordinance, 787, page 2, under definition 2's district record. If you compare that with the front page of the proposed ordinance that was tabled, you'll see there's a lot more
Gotcha.
standards.
Yeah.
substantially more and clarify that. That would have been one of the amendments.
I've got a question. Can someone be eligible to be granted a license from the city to have a record service, but not go into the city rotation?
Yeah,
We're not
Yeah, we're not
prohibiting,
prohibiting that.
we're not prohibiting someone to go into the record business.
Last time we did this, all we asked was to be in business for a year and prove that you're.
Okay,
And then
okay.
if that's it, and then you grant one if it's needed, if it's not, it may not need to be needed.
And they have to have a building.
They have to have the physical presence within our
Right,
corporate limits
right.
instead of somebody coming from out of our corporate limits and cherry picking.
Right, okay.
All right.
Does the city have a record inspector or is it the state doing
State did last time.
Lieutenant Ford
Lieutenant Ford does.
Well, I guess that falls on you now since he's retired.
We'll probably try to reassign a new inspector to that position since Lieutenant
it?
Ford.
So we have-
Yes, we do. And he kept pretty up-to-date files as far as liability insurances and what have you on all the services.
Thank you. Run around the dais here very quickly. Mr. Manning, do you have anything?
Not this moment, I will.
Okay, Mr. Sewell. Mr. Cable.
No, not other than, I'd like to thank Mr., I know he was a pork chop. I heard he resigned today and had a retirement party, so I'd like to thank him for his service to the city.
I have nothing right now.
I'd like to echo your sentiment, Mr. Gable. I was not able to be here for the retirement party, but certainly, anytime an employee puts in 25 years on the job, they deserve some praise. And I actually went to school with Lieutenant Ford's daughters. One of them was in my class, and another was a little bit behind. A couple years younger.
You're almost 26 years.
Well, we certainly appreciate his service. All right, that's all we have for this
I have
meeting.
one other thing.
Yes, sir.
Can we get someone to notify the district record operators here and to show up at the meeting when we discuss this, because they've got some inputs to do.
We have one here tonight. But the chief, we can do that for the next 2 weeks from tonight. Thank you.
All right.
And we're just talking about the record operators within our corporate limits.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
Talk about the one
But
that
these districts,
he should.
gotcha.
Okay.
not the state district on the freeway.
All right, I believe we have time and opportunity for a very brief executive session. If we could, do you want to go back here, back to the workroom in the back?
Where it's closer.
Okay. About, just back here in the back hallway here.